What is up, guys? This is our first ever visual recording of our podcast. We are going to be posting this on YouTube because you'll be seeing it there. So yeah, I'm just wearing what I normally wear, what embodies me, and Nick's wearing what he wears, a pink and cyan blue sweatshirt.
Hey, I got green.
Hey, that almost looks like a James Charles knockoff. What do you think?
It does kind of look like a knockoff of James Charles.
It's definitely knockoff of James Charles. I really want to be James Charles, so that's
for
why.
sure. So guys, this wasn't planned. We actually had a podcast that we were recording, but we unfortunately again have to scrap it because Jake's computer is not complying with, or maybe it's the application, one or the other. Either the recording application or the computer, one or the other, is not wanting to do good things. It's doing the bad things. Not doing great at all. Talk, guys, real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, no,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yep, nope, it's all good. Just make sure the recording's good.
Yeah, no, this will be fun. I haven't done it doing a YouTube here.
Yeah, so as you guys can see on the tab on the left of our faces, we are doing tier lists. So we're going to do it audio format on the podcast, but we finished one. We finished mine, which is Marvel movies that include the like off-brand Marvel movies, so like the Fox ones and the ones that aren't canon to anything. So real quick, we're gonna go into mine, then we're gonna go into theirs. So since we've already done mine, we're going to just overview where we did it. So this is actually not just me making the picks; it's a consensus of all of our picks where we thought it would be, roughly anyway. This is kind of what we came out with before going over it. This is more of a rough draft, but there's no reason. I guess we can change things around here real quick if we wanted to.
Yeah.
So here on, we'll start from the bottom. Here on the bottom tier, we have this one is a double, guys. By the way, that's Days of Future Past. But we have Thor: Dark World, New Mutants. Now, New Mutants is there because none of us have watched it. We haven't watched New Mutants, and we also have X2. I just thought real quick, let me actually share my screen to the boys real quick so they can see kind of what I'm doing.
That might be a little bit better.
Yeah, I don't know if my computer should be able to handle it. So yeah, oh wait, how do I kind of messes with the camera, but not too much, whatever. So I'm sharing my screen to the boys. Yeah, so we got Dark World, New Mutants, and X2. X2 we put there because we don't even remember really what happened in X2. And I particularly remember watching it thinking it was pretty mid, and it wasn't as good as the other X-Men movies. So yeah, moving on to the Marvel YSMH, essentially the second to last tier. We've got here X-Men Dark Phoenix. Now, me and Jake didn't really like this one, and Jake did not remember it very well. Nick actually thought it was pretty good. I think he said, you said you wanted it in 3, right? So Nick said it was 3. He said it was one of the better ones. But yeah, I don't know our thoughts on that. Next up, we got Apocalypse. Apocalypse was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Yeah. It wasn't phenomenal. We kind of have it at 4 here just because we don't think it's as good as some of these other ones, I guess. But I definitely don't think it's bad.
Right.
After that, we got the Wolverine, the movie, the one that's like in Japan and stuff, and he fights the old man in the Titanfall mech and stuff at the end. This movie was good. I somewhat enjoyed the movie. I just didn't really like it. I thought the plot was kind of funky. We did get the great foreshadowing, though, that wasn't probably intentional, where the Asian lady was like, "You will die with your heart in your hand," and she was like crying and stuff. And then Wolverine... Yeah. Spoiler to anybody who hasn't watched Logan, Wolverine ended up dying with his daughter in his hand. Well, daughter in his hand. Yeah. So that was kind of like people were like, oh my gosh, he died with his heart in his hand. After I did watch a TikTok and I was like, that's pretty sad. Yeah. Probably not intentional, but pretty sad. Yeah.
Because even at the end of that movie, they showed the like OG X-Men, or OG Wolverine suit at the end of the movie, like setting something up, but just never did anything with it. I don't know if you remember that.
I did not remember that. That's kind of cool. Yeah, they never did anything. At the end of the
movie, opens up a case. It's got like the black and yellow mask.
It was pretty cool, to be honest. Too bad he never got to wear it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. Well, maybe we'll see it in the MCU. Hopefully, he'll be coming soon. Not Jackman, unfortunately, but somebody. No, it will not be Jackman. He may get a cameo in the MCU as a weird side. Yeah. I don't know. It may be like a Stan Lee type of thing where he pops up like when Wolverine. I don't know. Something. Maybe. Next up, we have Captain Marvel. Now, this one is kind of weird because I think maybe it deserves to be in 3, but we settled on 4 because I really disliked the movie. I think Jake was in the middle, and he said either 3 or 4, but ended up landing on 4. Nick thinks it's a 3. I just really didn't like the movie, but coming back to it, maybe it is a 3. But at the end, we'll go through.
Yeah.
And also in the 4th tier, we have Ant-Man and Wasp. We kind of had somewhat of a general. Nick, where did you think that this was at?
I thought this was the worst MCU movie.
Yeah, Nick,
I hated it.
Nick thought that this was worse than X2 or Thor Dark World is what he said. Which I would be willing at the end to put it down, but we'll get back to it. We settled on this because me and Jake in the moment, it's pretty funny still. I think it still holds a similar comedic value, not as much as 1, but it was still pretty funny. The plot was a little weird, but whatever.
Yeah. No.
Okay,
I agree.
now we get to the middle, where the blunt of what we have here is we got X-Men Origins Wolverine. So me and Jake both kind of thought 3 was a good spot for it. Nick thinks it's horrible.
Yeah.
And he thinks it should be at the bottom, I'm assuming, right? Should be all the way at the bottom?
Yes, I do. And damn, we really put Origins over the Wolverine?
In my personal opinion, I would.
No way. No way.
Oh
my
I
gosh.
wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't put the... okay.
Cause you remember I was thinking more towards 3, just cause I just enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I think you said either 3 or 2 for the Wolverine.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I really like it.
We can reform it at the end, but yeah.
God.
X-Men Origins Wolverine is my favorite out of the X-Men movies. It's probably my favorite. I mean, I will concede that it's not the best out of them. It's just my favorite. But I also do think some of the aspects of the movie are great. I don't think the entire movie is dog shit. For example, the way that they ended the movie with him getting shot in the head by Stryker and him forgetting about his wife that he really cared for is very sad to me. And it's also really sad that he never actually remembers it, I don't think. I think Xavier might give him some of his memories back later in the franchise. Well, earlier in the franchise, because this is a prequel to a lot of the stuff. I can't even remember, to be honest. But I think he may get some of his memory back. Never was able to do anything with it. But, I thought that aspect of the movie was really good. I also thought the whole first part where Ryan Reynolds, the legendary with the swords, I thought that was fire.
Dude,
when he
was splitting bullets, that was in that scene after the elevator. That was cool.
And then I also liked how they went through all the eras, Vietnam War, World War II. I think they fought in World War I as well, but I'm not sure. I think yeah, Wolverine was born in like 1800s, so they probably fought in World War I. Yeah, they fought in like all the wars.
So, definitely.
Wolverine and his brother. Yeah, I thought that was badass, and that's like a large part of. That's probably one of my favorite scenes, even though it's like super short.
Cameron's just like taking this on, bro. He's going
I'm trying to just go through it so we can get to y'all's.
Yeah, we do have to go fast. We have to go fast.
Next we got X-Men: The Last Stand. My personal opinion on it was, I honestly think it's like one of the worst X-Men movies. There was some enjoyable scenes, like the war scene was really good, but I think they went a super weird direction with the plot of the movie. I haven't watched it in a while, but I did watch it probably like 3 times. I have the movie there somewhere because it was like it might have been the first X-Men movie that I watched. I don't know. Maybe it was X-Men 1. I'm not sure. But just the direction they went with it, I remember just not being satisfied with it. And I honestly liked 2 and 1 better. But they both, I think you both thought that it was a little bit higher, right? You guys thought it was a little bit better?
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed that one more than some of the others.
Okay, yeah, and Nick hasn't seen some of these X-Men movies.
Yeah, I
haven't
seen some of the X-Men ones.
But he also hasn't seen Deadpool 1 or 2, which we're about to get to Deadpool 2.
Nah.
So we put Deadpool 2 in the mid tier as well. Good movie, funny movie, enjoyable. Plot wasn't as good as the first one.
No.
The first one was just overall better in me and Jake's opinion, and it was funnier. Honestly, I think that might be an unpopular opinion. I think a lot of people thought that 2 was better. If I'm remembering correctly, maybe. I'm not sure though. Not 100% on that.
Yeah.
Next, we got Avengers Age of Ultron. It's kind of a popular opinion to shit on Age of Ultron, but I thought it was okay. Definitely the worst out of the Avengers movies. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, I agree, but I still think it's pretty good.
I think it's pretty good as well.
Yeah,
Definitely deserves to be at least 3. To be honest, not 2. I don't think 2 fits it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think 3. I think we got 3 right on the mark there. Next up, we got Iron Man 2 right here. Yeah,
Yep.
Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
We got Iron Man 2. I personally would put 2 in number 2. I think I said number 2, or maybe I agreed with 3. But I personally would put it in 2.
Wait, no,
Nick,
that's 1. That's 1.
Yeah, that
The
is
poster.
this is 1?
Yeah, because that's the villain
Yeah.
from 1. I think you just got confused when you originally did it.
Oh, no. I didn't get confused. So it is in 2. Never mind. Yeah, so sorry, guys. This is number 1.
But number 1 should be at 2.
Yeah, number
No.
1 should be at 2.
No, I think, Jake, didn't mean you put 2
Mm-mm.
in 2? And then Nick was
No,
the only
'cause-
one who thought it was 3?
Iron Man 1 was the first one we did. And
Yeah, but
it's
we were
literally
like,
the
this is like
first
a
one
1 or
in
2.
2.
And then we put 2 and 3?
Yeah,
Oh, oh.
you just got them wrong when you did them.
Are you
got
sure?
the movies confused. Yeah, because you remember you put Iron Man 1 first. That's the first one we did. And it's literally the
Yeah.
first spot in 2. We all gave it a 2.
This is Iron Man 2. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
okay,
did
cool.
you
I'll switch
do?
it. I'll switch. It just
Yeah.
scrolled down.
Okay.
So do we have them all in 3 then? Or do we have this?
No, Iron Man was
Sorry.
in 2. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways.
there we go.
So
Okay.
we had Iron Man 2 in the 3rd slot. My personal opinion is that it's a 2 again. I thought it was a really fun movie. Jake mentioned that it had the best Marvel suit up in the franchise.
Dude, so cool.
I would agree with that. Nick was Nick. What were your thoughts on it?
I
keep
said
explaining.
I said the nano suit one was the best one in
So, like,
Infinity War
So why did you like that one more?
because it was cooler, it was slicker.
Yeah, but it's like slick, but all it is just like these digital like scales going on to him. It's just like a very, I don't know, just like
Yeah, but I mean the other one's just him doing this and it folding up. Well, I mean it's
yeah,
cool.
it's like it
But
was
even
the
Iron Man
2K
3 had a better
suit.
one where he was doing the flips and stuff while he was like dancing to the suit up.
Yeah,
You can
maybe
even say that one was there.
maybe Iron Man 3 was better, but that one was more of like a gag. It wasn't like an in combat or like
Yeah.
a real super Iron Man thing, you know.
But yeah.
And then Nick, what you also thought something about like the end and the plot of 2 you didn't like?
Yeah, I didn't like how the it was just they were just fighting big robots at the end.
Yeah.
That's really all it is. And I thought Justin Hammer was a super weak main villain.
Cool, yeah.
So
Next in 3 we have the Hulk. Nick, I think you said you didn't remember this one, right? Like you only watched
I
it once.
barely remember it. Yeah, I watched it once, like when I was really young.
Gotcha. And
Yeah,
Jake,
I think
you're in the
y'all
same
agreed
boat?
on 3. I think I was leaning more towards 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I enjoyed the Hulk because of how vicious he was in the
Yeah,
movie.
that was-
It was the darkest Hulk, you know? Wasn't that where the reference where it was like I tried to put a bullet in my head and he spit it out? Did he try to kill himself in the movie?
I don't think that was with that. I think that was just like a general like thing he said.
Yeah, that
Okay.
one.
Maybe
Well,
it was.
it is canon actually.
It's
Because
canon,
Ross
yeah.
and Abomination are now in the other MCU movies.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, okay. We got Iron Man 3
Man
here.
3.
I mentioned when we were recording the first time, Iron Man 3, I rewatched it recently. I probably about a year ago would have put it in either 4 or 5. I really didn't like the movie when I first watched it. But on a rewatch, I think it's because Iron Man 2 was so good to me, I was expecting more. And I don't think it was as good as Iron Man 2. But 3, I lost my train of thought, guys. You guys go.
It's just, I mean, yeah, it was really good overall. It's definitely one of the, in my opinion, one of the lower ones on the tiers of like the all Iron Man movies. But I think 3 is a good spot for it.
Yeah, I think Iron Man 3 has the best character development out of all of the Iron Mans.
It does
It
have
just
a lot
does.
of character
sure.
And,
development,
and
especially for Tony.
it really made Tony the new Tony Stark, I guess.
Yeah, 100%.
Like once he started continuing, and that's the Tony Stark I like, and this was the beginning of it, so I'm more partial to that one.
That's
And
true.
this one I feel like affected the MCU more as a story. Obviously, Iron Man 1 affected the MCU the most because it was the
Right.
first one, but through the story, Iron Man 3 actually felt like it was not just a superhero movie in the universe, but it was building on the universe more, mainly
You
through
think
that
so?
character development. Yeah.
I guess,
It
I mean,
really
other than the
made-
character development, was there really much else, though? Because he came back with the suit, so the whole blowing up the suit thing at the end didn't really make a difference. The only thing it did is help him upgrade his tech, you know? So what else do you think it brought to the universe?
but I'm saying it did it through the character development. That's what it did. because
Okay, so that's-
it made Tony #1 one of the greatest characters in the MCU, and then through that, he also inspired him to build Ultron from in case something happened, he had to retire, because he started thinking about that. So then he built Ultron, which obviously led to the movie
yeah.
and that
Yeah.
one. So
No, I think in terms of Tony, there's a lot of character development, and kind of in Pepper and different things. I don't think it was as like big as maybe you're thinking, but I don't know. That's just kind of
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
where
it's
I'm
good.
landing.
Next up here we got X-Men 1. We kind of said that the X-Men series, none of them deserve to be in the #1 spot. They weren't. It's not as good as the top
Yeah.
of the. Well, I guess none of them deserve to be. None of the X-Men deserve to be in the #1, and we only have 1 and 2 here. But X-Men #1 was good. Dude, I don't know why I'm just losing my thought here,
Yeah,
bro.
I
I
mean-
don't know why, man.
It was good. I mean, again, like it was a really enjoyable movie. Wasn't like something to like write home about, but
yeah,
I mean, it was a good movie.
For sure.
I like with all of them, I've seen them once, so like I kind of like barely remember them or remember bits and pieces.
Okay, now moving on to Thor #1. When I first watched the movie, I liked it. This was at the very beginning of the MCU, so our standards were probably a bit lower at that point, for in terms of Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Like originally, I might have put it in 2 in terms of like, first
yeah.
if it was like first and second gen MCU or what's it called? First phase, second phase, yeah.
yeah.
I might have put it in 2, but just compared to the rest of the roster, it definitely sits okay at 3. Maybe a 4 would be a thing. I think, Nick, you wanted it to be either 4 or 5, if I remember.
I wanted to be a 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I
then-
like 3. I like where it's at in 3.
Yeah, I think it's okay. Maybe put it to the bottom of 3, but we're not really doing order too much. Next up we got Ant-Man 1.
Yeah.
Ant-Man 1 was just like, it's one of the funnier, like stupider movies in the MCU. Just kind of like the one of the first comedic reliefs, I guess. Because I know the Guardians came before it, right?
Right.
Or did the Guardians come before?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
They were
I
probably
think-
pretty
yeah.
close to each other then, yeah.
I think they were.
Because this
Well-
came after Civil War, right?
No.
No, Ant-Man was first.
before. Ant-Man
Mhm.
and Wasp was after Civil War.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were some shining moments, especially in the comic, like with the Mexican fella. What was his name? I don't know, but he was probably the funniest part of
that
both
dude
movies.
was hilarious.
That guy is really funny. And the villain was okay, not phenomenal. I didn't like the plot that much. I don't know how you guys thought about the plot and the villain and all that, but it was
Yeah.
okay to me.
I liked it. Yeah. I mean, honestly, when you get to an MCU movie, they eventually have the same plot. Just some of them are better than others.
The same
Yeah.
plot.
Yeah.
Okay,
They'll have the same order. So I mean, yeah.
gotcha. Next up, this is the first Spider. Oh, I guess we got both of them right here anyway, so we can just talk about them both. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think that the 2 Spider-Men are right there next to each other. My personal opinion, the reason I have 2 over 1, I think the villain was better in 2. Dude, I don't.
Yeah,
it's so
Mysterio in 2 was really well. Jake Gyllenhaal really killed that role.
Mhm.
I enjoyed seeing that. That was fun. Again, like I agree with Cameron. I enjoyed like the villain and maybe a bit more from number 2. I just I really enjoyed seeing Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio and kind of the aspect of having like Tony in there more and because that didn't come after.
The second one
Endgame,
came
right?
after Endgame. Yeah, he was dead.
Okay, well,
'Cause he
yeah,
was
okay,
coping with
right.
his death. Yeah, because that's
Right,
why the
that's-
glasses and stuff were his. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, I kind of like that aspect of it.
And then Nick,
Yeah.
you disagreed a bit.
Yeah, I like the first one better. I think there's actually problems in both of them when it comes to Spider-Man. But I mean, I think it just comes down. I prefer, I guess, a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man than an international Spider-Man. And
What do you mean international? Like why? is it
because I mean,
international?
well, because he wasn't in his friendly neighborhood. He wasn't just Spider-Man.
Did
He
he
was
go to,
like,
like, France
yeah,
or
but he was
something?
going on
Yeah, he
a
was on
field
Fran-
trip and got tripped
right?
up.
Yeah,
I mean,
but I mean, I understand the plot of that, but it's just it didn't feel like a Spider-Man movie.
I got
And But Mysterio was far better than Vulture, and I thought Michael Keaton did good as Vulture too.
He just didn't
Which is
do. It just wasn't the
Oh, yeah,
most
he
he
phenomenal.
wasn't
plot.
as good. He wasn't as good.
Well, I think he
Um,
was good, just not the plot of the movie surrounding the character, right?
Yeah.
Vulture.
Yeah, I mean, I could see him. They're close for sure, but I just like the first one better.
Okay.
That's really all it is.
Yeah, I would agree with
got
you that it doesn't feel like a regular Spider-Man movie. I don't even know
Yeah.
that the first one necessarily feels like a regular Spider-Man movie either. But I don't think a regular Spider-Man movie fits in the context of the MCU. So I think that's the way that they kind of needed to go, right? Like everything kind of is supposed to connect in the MCU. It's like a
Yeah.
universe of all the characters. And even if you go into the comics, once like there's always other heroes really in the comics with them, right? Seldom do you get
Yeah.
comics that have
Yeah.
like just the one character. Obviously you do, but I would say a movie probably covers like a couple comics at least, right? A Marvel movie.
Yeah, it's
Sometimes a
like a
shit
mix
ton.
of it's like a mix of a bunch of them
Yeah.
for the MCU typically, but yeah, Spider-Man does collab with a lot of heroes a lot. That's just a thing part of him, but
especially Spider-Man.
sometimes it's just not done as well, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, why did they not? I wonder why. I should have got one that had the Amazing Spider-Mans and stuff in it, but
Yeah, I was
Eh.
wondering. I was about to ask. I was like, "Where's my boy Maguire at?"
Yeah.
well, I guess it was because I looked for one with just the X-Men movies, just so it wouldn't be like
Okay.
too long, because that adds
Yeah.
what 5 more movies, you know.
A good
Yeah.
amount.
Anyways,
I
next
mean,
up
it would
we
just be
got
throwing the Amazing Spider-Mans at the
Yeah,
bottom.
we'll
so that'd be
speedrun
pretty
these,
easy.
though.
okay. Yeah, so next we got X-Men First Class. First Class, I think all of us kind of said definitely top echelon of the X-Men movies. It was the first time we got to see like the backstory of the characters. I think it was done very well. I actually watched this one like even after Apocalypse. I hadn't even seen it until like after Apocalypse. I watched it super late because it was the only X-Men movie my parents did not want me to watch. I think there was like one sex scene maybe because this is the only X-Men movie other than number 1 that they watched. So they don't know about the other sex scenes throughout the franchise. They just knew about the one in First Class because everyone said it was really good, so they watched it. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
dude, First Class was done so well.
First
I
Class
loved,
is a banger.
I love the aspect of like the training and stuff too, where that black guy who's supposed to be like invincible died. That was kind of weird,
Yeah.
but you know.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, that was a good movie. That was a banger.
Okay. Next up, another X-Men movie. We got X-Men: Days of Future Past. This, in my opinion, is the best X-Men movie out of all the X-Men franchise. Nick, I don't think you've seen this one or Apocalypse, but
Nah.
it was done super well. It was the first introduction of Quicksilver. We got a much better representation of Mystique, which is kind of like was a fan favorite in some ways because they had such a high profile actor, and they kind of fucked her over in the other X-Men movies. Like I think she died like in a really gay way in one of them. She died in X-Men Last Stand or X-Men 2, one or the other.
Yeah.
I don't know.
can't
It was one of
remember.
those two. Either 2 or Last Stand. Might have been Last Stand. But they killed her off in such a gay way where they like took her powers and stuff, left her naked and stuff, you know. That was But yeah, X-Men Future Past was
Alright.
great. I loved it. I loved that movie. Because Quicksilver was so hot.
Yeah, Quicksilver was pretty cool.
Okay, next up. This is 1? Guardians 1?
Yes, that looks
The
like one.
Guardians. Well, that is 1, but we put 2 there because we put Guardians 1 in S tier
Wait,
or
really?
top tier. Yeah, you got them wrong again.
Did we? Oh.
Yeah,
God
we did
damn
not
it.
put Guardians 2 number 1.
Put that right there. Yeah, so Guardians 2 is what I meant.
What about? Oh, never mind. Just kidding.
What? Did I?
No,
Oh,
go
well,
ahead.
it was, you know what I mean? Like, I did
Yeah,
that.
it's fine. That
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
One of you guys take Guardians 2. I don't want to talk about Guardians 2. One of you guys take it.
All right, yeah, Guardians 2 was pretty similar to the first one, to be honest. It's kind of like a rehash, but not quite as good. It's hard when
Agreed.
it's so similar to the first one. It's hard to be as good as the first one for like any movie, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, one of the reasons I didn't think it was as good was Mantis. I just didn't like her. I had no reason why I didn't like her. I just didn't like her.
She
But
wasn't my favorite, yeah.
yeah, and Ego as a villain, it was a creative take on him.
Mhm.
And I like Kurt Russell, but I just prefer Guardians 1 in almost every way. That's just how it is.
Yeah, I kind of
But-
enjoyed the dad arc. 'cause
So good.
It was a
It
nice,
was good.
like,
It was good.
hey,
Yeah.
at this point, Quill might scale to Goku. He's a god.
Yeah.
As we talked about a battle between them. What?
It needs to be
Disney's buying
talked about.
everything. Might as well buy Dragon Ball and get him to fight in the movie. You know, better live
They
adaptation
go to
than
an
the last
Avenger.
one. Next up, we got Black Panther. Black Panther.
Yeah.
I think we might have been thinking about changing this one, but it did a lot for the culture. And Rip Chadwick Boseman. I enjoyed the movie. The fight scenes between... I like seeing black people fight and causing trouble within communities, you know? There were good fight scenes, too, because black people know how to fight. They know how to scrap, mate, you know? When he ran, like, really fast, that was cool.
Hey, remember, this is YouTube, not Spotify.
We'll be fine. What do you guys think? Black Panther Fire?
Yeah, no, it
Black
was good.
Panther
I
was
love
really
Black
good.
Panther.
I really like the fight
like the
scenes
black
were super
aspects
cool.
of it.
And obviously the album for the movie was so good. Kendrick came in there and was slaying. And
Oh, yeah. We got that
added
famous
the whole
song.
really-
We got the famous meme with Young Thug or Future. What was it? Where he goes,
Da-da-dee-da,
"Stop on me now.
pass me the syrup, you let me in a car." Yeah.
Dude, the freaking the score for that movie, well, not really score, I guess. It's like not
Yeah.
like a.
People still
But-
be listening to All the Stars, too.
All the stars.
All the stars go down. Yeah, one of the best, honestly, one of the best, like, movie albums of all time. Not even gonna
Easy.
count.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Facts. All right, next up we got Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange has like slowly become a goat in the MCU. He's
Yeah.
fire. When he first came, it was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. Doctor Strange is cool. Now it's like, yo, Doctor Strange is fire, and he's gonna be such a big part of the MCU from the future. Now that all these big boys are gone,
Yeah.
he's gonna be like such an integral part of the MCU. Even in the new Spider-Man movie, he matters so much. And this movie was a great introduction to his character, in my opinion.
Dude,
Yeah.
even when this movie was coming out, I remember how excited I was. Doctor Strange was my favorite superhero at that time, just from the comics. And they announced that movie, and I
Oh, I remember
was
that.
so happy. I couldn't
remember.
believe that they were bringing Doctor Strange into the movies because it was such a weird choice. I guess it wasn't as weird as the Guardians, but like it was so weird, and I was so happy. I just remember the joy of going to see that for the first time. Yeah.
Did I go and see that with you for the first time? I feel like I might have.
I can't remember.
I don't know. But I remember you were stoked for that movie.
Yeah.
Fire ass movie. Fire ass
That was
movie.
a banger.
Maybe even deserves to be in the top. Do we want to do that?
No, my
No?
backdrop is the villain wasn't that good.
Who the
I
fuck
don't
was the
think-
villain? Dormammu?
It was no, it wasn't even Dormammu. It was the guy played by Mads Mikkelsen who had the weird eyes.
Yeah.
All around
I
him.
barely remember him,
weird
so that
hair.
says something.
Yeah, it was more.
It was
It was
like a-
more so a movie about the journey of Doctor Strange, and he was just kind of there.
Facts.
So that's the only reason it's not number one.
Okay. Next up, we got Deadpool. Just overall, probably the funniest Marvel movie in terms of just comedy. I would put it funnier than Guardians and Guardians 2, Ant-Man. It's just hilarious.
Yeah. I mean,
All the
that's just the
references.
directive.
Yeah, and like they were able to like reference the MCU while also referencing the X-Men, and like they did all these funny stuff with all these X-Men characters coming in that they had rights to. I thought it was
Yeah.
hilarious. And
I love
Ryan
that
Reynolds is probably one of the funniest actors, to be honest.
Oh,
In terms of the roles he's played so far, even in the new movie Free Guy, he did such a phenomenal job. I know you guys haven't seen it. You should, but it was
I want to
actually
see
hilarious.
it so bad. I keep forgetting to
We
watch
should
it.
watch it in Discord or something at some point because it was hilarious.
Yeah, I want to watch it. Yeah.
All right. And Nick, you haven't watched it, so unfortunately you can't comment on Deadpool. Jake
Nope.
agrees with me 100%. Is sucking my cock
No,
as
yeah.
we speak. Next up, we have
I just
We
should
have
done that.
the Civil War. So this was an interesting decision by the MCU to bring it back to the Civil War era. They were using like muskets and shit. Captain America had like a wooden shield. I thought it was interesting. Nick's kind of a history buff, so he enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, totally. I really liked that. Steve was really for slavery, and Tony was like really against it. That's what their whole fight was.
Dude, and all them
Yeah.
red coats, bro. That was a
Exactly.
Yeah,
The
and
red
how we
coats
got
were
to
not in the
see-
Civil War, Jake. That was Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
Kind of.
And you know, I really they kind of got
Wait.
some historical accuracy when like
Yes,
David
you're
and Goliath came in, like Spider-Man, Ant-Man kind of thing. Like I don't know how they
Yeah.
portrayed that a little bit. That was a little
Okay,
weird.
okay, yeah.
But
Let's
moving on.
actually talk about the movie.
Yeah.
Or not. It was
No,
good.
no, it's good. Captain America, is that Bucky, is that the
Winter Soldier.
Civil War.
Yeah,
or
that's the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
This one felt like a spy movie to me, and I really like that because I like spy movies.
Yeah, the
Oh
scene
yeah,
where
they
he
were
like
undercover.
the scene where he like beat the shit out of those guys in the elevator, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Or
the
was it the
yeah.
elevator? That's like a goated scene. Like they
That
even
is a
made a
good
reference
scene.
to it in Infinity War or Endgame, right?
Endgame,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was
Endgame,
funny.
Endgame.
Yeah, yeah.
America's ass.
Definitely one of the better MCU movies. Next, we got Captain America: The First Avenger. This movie was. Do we think it's better than Iron Man 1 or no? Do we think as an origin it's better than Iron Man 1? I would argue
I
yes.
like Captain America more, so I would just edge it.
I would
but
yes.
that's just me.
I say they're close.
I like World War II movies.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah, Nick
The
actually
historical
Nick
value
enjoys.
is what.
He normally watches the ones from the perspective of Hitler, but
Wait.
this was a nice switch up.
what?
Hitler wasn't even in that movie.
Yeah, totally. I was going for Red Skull the whole time. I just feel like I like agree with him on like a spiritual level.
On a
So
spiritual level.
Okay, next up, is this Iron Man 2? Is this 1?
that's Iron Man
Iron
1.
This is Iron Man 1. I'm so confused on Iron Man, apparently.
The beginning.
Goated.
The origin of the MCU, bro. Goated. Just
Facts.
from respect alone, it has to be in top 2.
And like
And they introduced Nick Fury in that
this
movie.
came out in 2002, right? 2002 when we were
I think
born.
so. think so.
It was either 2002, 2000, or 2004.
Wait,
I think.
2002? No.
Look it up.
Way.
It's either 4 or 2, I think. Look it up.
I think the MCU's approaching 20 years.
6.
6?
No, wait. Sorry, I don't know. Hold on. One released 2008.
Oh,
Iron Man 1 released
Obama
in
was
2008?
president.
Yeah.
What?
okay.
Maybe it was the Incredible Hulk
Yeah.
that released earlier?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, 2008. Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Okay. Well, Cameron just
tripping.
lied to the viewers.
I did, but what I was gonna say based on that point was like the CGI was actually really good for a movie like older. Like I rewatched it. I rewatched all the Iron Mans on my way back from North Carolina in July, and I was very surprised on how good the CGI was. I was expecting to be like, bro, this is gonna be ass but like the way that they shot it, it didn't really like need to be too flashy like some of the Marvel movies. They used like really good cinematography to be able to make it look super real for the limited resources that they had at the time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. That's
Overall, really just
100%.
goated movie. Wait, is that?
Did that?
Yeah, we did that. So next up, we got Logan. If any of you know me and we've talked about superhero movies or movies in general, it's my favorite movie of all time. There is no movie above this for me. Best superhero movie ever, in my opinion. I think it's overall the best superhero movie. Definitely the best solo superhero movie, I think. I don't think a solo superhero movie beats it. Any objections to that?
Wait, what do you mean by solo? Like about one
it's
hero
about
or just
one hero.
standalone?
Yes, like one hero.
I mean, I think it's top 2. I think Dark Knight's the greatest superhero movie.
Okay, fair.
But I mean, who doesn't?
It would be between those two for sure.
Yeah, I agree. But I think it's the best Marvel movie property or whatever you want to say of all time. I think it's the greatest
Hugh
Marvel. I think it
Jackman
just is.
will forever be Wolverine. He is. There's no one can do better than him. People are saying they
Goated
want
actor.
Harry Potter to be Wolverine. Are you
What?
stupid? Yeah, everyone's like, they've been showing pictures. I will admit, the
What?
pic looks fire of him with the claws.
Yeah,
but-
I understand Tom Hardy, but Daniel Radcliffe?
He's like a skinny boy, and he's a little taller. Well, actually, no, he's short. No, he's short as hell, actually. But he doesn't fit it at all. I could not see him going crazy and getting mad like Wolverine is supposed to,
Well,
you know?
That's the thing, though. That's what people criticize about Hugh Jackman at first. He's like, he's too tall to be Wolverine. Because Wolverine's supposed to be like 5'4".
Yeah, but they made him shorter to look shorter in the movie anyway.
Yeah, but he's
Not
still
that short.
6'1". But
Yeah, he is.
So
But dude, Logan was so
Yeah.
good. My favorite
Logan
scene
was
in the
great.
movie was probably the scene where the black family died in the movie. that scene was just done really well.
Yeah. You said that really weird.
said that in the worst way
God.
possible.
I know, it was
that
on
scene
purpose.
was cool when
Yeah, it was good.
not just because they died, but because of just everything that was going on and the other
Why'd you have to
yeah.
frame it like that? What?
God, no.
Yeah, that movie, goated movie. Next up, I think is this Infinity War? This is Infinity War.
That's
Endgame.
Endgame.
That's Endgame.
The one to the left is Infinity War. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, not much needs to be said about these two movies. Like anybody that's not like above 70 years old will have watched these movies. Like if you're above 70 and over 8 years old, you've seen these movies. And I feel like they're kind of self-explanatory. Now, we did have a slight debate in the first recording about which one we think is better. I think I said Endgame was better, and what did you two say?
I said Infinity War,
Nick
and
said
he said
Infinity
Endgame.
War. I said Endgame. Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's just because I like the tone of Infinity War better. That's really it. They're,
Yeah,
they're so
no.
close.
Nick likes the darker tone, yeah.
That's
In-
true
in a
too.
lot of
when I
ways.
think about like like more of the ending of it and everything, that was really good.
The ending left me shook, bro.
Yeah.
Dude.
You remember what I
really
said,
shook.
Jake, in the parking lot? I said, I can't believe they killed black people, but I meant to say Black Panther.
Oh
And
yeah.
that made
Oh
fun
yeah.
of me. And I just wasn't in the mood to laugh because I was so upset.
Dude,
But
I
yeah.
remember walking out of the theater like with you after watching that movie. I was like, dang, bro. Like, dang.
We have to wait like another 2 years.
Next
See what
up,
happens.
in the S tier, if you will, we have Thor Ragnarok. Now, Thor Ragnarok is probably undoubtedly the best Thor movie. Not even close, to be honest. Not
Yeah.
even close. I mean, if you look at the listing here, we have Thor at the third category, and then this was all the way at the top, probably top 5 of what we got here, maybe top 4. But the movie was hilarious, probably one of the funniest Marvel movies, 100%. And the plot was good, I think anyway. Hela was a very fun villain.
Oh, that's right.
Hulk fit really well. The combo between Hulk and
Yeah.
Thor was great. And then that guy Korg, the side character, the rock guy,
Oh yeah.
amazing.
Korg.
There was just so many amazing things about this movie. It's hard to even critique it. There's not much critique
Dude.
there.
Even the improv of the actors was good. There were scenes that were completely improv. That scene when they were where Thor and Hulk were like found a captured Loki with Valkyrie, like when they're like talking in that room,
What?
and they're talking about going up the devil's anus.
Oh,
That was
Oh.
completely improv, 100% improv. The whole entire scene in that, and
I
it was
never seen
great,
that.
dude. I still laugh every time I see the scene where Thor was telling the story about Loki tricking him.
Oh,
And
yeah,
he's like, because I like to admire snakes. He went, oh, it's me. I was like, and he stabbed me. I die every time. I love that scene. I love this movie too.
overall,
It's
just phenomenal movie.
goated.
Okay, next up we got Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Good.
You know what? Now that I'm looking at it, I kind of think it should be in 2, but I don't know that it needs to be changed, right? What do you
Yeah.
guys think? I mean, do we think
No,
it's better?
I really like where it's at.
Do we
I
think
like
it's
where
better
it's
than
at, too.
Strange and
it's-
Civil War?
I think it's a lower like number 1 S tier or whatever. I think it's a lower on the lower side, but that's such a good movie. Like
Yeah.
the way they introduced all those characters, it didn't feel rushed. It fits so well.
Yeah,
One of the
facts.
most rewatchable Marvel movies too.
For sure, I would
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, it was. I think
Yeah.
I watched it quite a few times actually. I think as a family we watched it a couple times back when I
Yeah.
was in NC, baby. All right, last one here we have Avengers
Classic.
1, baby. It's like all the Avengers movie are. Oh shit! These 3 Avengers
Avengers
movie are
Ultron.
goated. Ultron is the only semi-bad Avengers movie, but it's still great. It's still a good movie.
Yeah.
Avengers 1 is good.
It's just like like the accumulation of like the build up of like I guess Iron Man 2008 came out, and
Yeah.
then like 2011 or something Captain America came out, and just like the slow just introduction, and you're getting that Avengers movie, and it was slowly like leading to that point. And I mean that was like the first big like superhero team up kind of movie, like that's like one of
Yeah.
the most ambitious things that was ever done, and it
I had
didn't
DC
flop.
shit in their pants.
Yeah,
Facts.
that was so good.
Facts,
I
dude.
don't know what Cameron's doing.
Facts.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
Dang, is that tier list? Oh my
It is,
lord.
baby.
Yeah,
The
good
only
golly.
thing, real quick, we put Black Widow in 3, correct? Put Black Widow in 3, or did we put it in 4?
Yes.
I
3.
3? Put Black Widow
Yeah.
in 3, and then we didn't rank Shang-Chi because only Nick has seen
Yes.
it.
Well,
I
Nick
say it's a 2. I
Nick-
say it's a 2. But
Nick
yeah.
said it's a 2. Off rip, I don't know if I agree with that, but I haven't seen the movie, so I can't comment.
It looks good.
It looks
It's really good.
It looks okay.
It's really good though.
I'll trust you. I'll trust you.
All
Yeah,
right.
guys, end of the first tier list.
Okay, so guys, this is mine. I made this myself, so that's why there's some mistakes. But it's albums of artists that we all generally listen to.
Yeah.
just as a forefront, real quick, I thought we were presenting these and not doing these together.
Yeah, I
So
told
I
Nick about
added-
this a couple hours ago. I didn't give him too much
Yeah.
time
you
to
didn't.
prepare.
Yeah, so some of them you haven't listened to, and just tell me that, and we might just not include them. That's
Okay.
if at least one of y'all have listened to it, we're going to include it. That's how I'm
Okay.
saying it.
Okay,
So-
sounds good.
Start with the very first one here. We have 21 Savage's I Am Greater Than I Was.
So good.
So this is peak Savage for me.
For sure.
Oh, 100%.
Just like obviously a lot was a great song, but then you had like Padlock, Good Day, Out for the Night, especially when Travis
Oh, Out
joined
for the
it.
Night Part 2. Whew.
Ooh,
So
Travis,
good with Travis the
ooh,
Patty, bro.
yeah, he made it better. So my opinion, I would put this at A. I don't know about y'all.
I would put it S.
Well, Cameron's not like a.
There's some other albums on here that are if S tier might be like GOAT tier.
Okay.
That's
like,
all I'm
S
gonna
tier is,
say.
like perfect.
You
Yeah,
think-
I'd agree with an A.
You think A?
Yeah,
I agree with
I
an A as
agree.
well.
It's
Okay.
good. So I know Cameron listened to this one. This is Kodak Black's "Dying to Live."
Mm-hmm.
I loved this album when it came
Same
out.
here, baby.
But listening to it over and over again, it lost a bit. I go with a B. I don't know about you, Cameron.
I re-listened to the album recently.
I have to.
I don't
yeah.
like it as much anymore, but I haven't been listening to rap, and I haven't seriously listened to rap in probably a year. But from when this first came out, I had it on repeat for quite a while and never really
Yeah.
got sick of it. The Juice WRLD feature,
Okay.
especially, is very good. One of Juice's best features.
Yeah, and Testimony by Kodak. That's one of his best songs.
Dying to Live was fire as well. The
Dying
main
to Live
song.
was really good. Yeah, really, really good.
See, me personally, this is an A album for me, but you have like a very large mix of genres in here, so it's hard to rank these albums, right?
Yeah, I guess it's mainly off of our combined personal opinions.
So I would think A. Jake, did you listen to this?
So I have, but like once, and
Gotcha.
so I only know like Testimony,
Yeah.
the one ZZ, and like that's like all I can think of off the top of my head.
Gotcha.
I've never vibed with Kodak that hard, but like I'll just kind of agree with whatever you guys kind of. I mean, because was
So
it
A?
Testimony the song where he's like out here scheming like a demon?
Yeah,
scheming?
yeah, it is.
So wait,
I'm fine with
you're
fine with A.
Okay,
I'm fine with
A
A.
it is.
So next one is Goodbye and Good Riddance by Juice WRLD.
Juice WRLD, let's go!
This is my favorite Juice WRLD album, in my opinion. I know that's a bit controversial, but
A little bit.
dude, listening to Lean With Me is one of my favorite songs. Candles, oh my gosh, I love those ones. Now my favorite Juice WRLD song is on Death Race, but as an album, I like this one better.
Facts.
So I give it a high A or S.
See, my personal opinion would be high A. I don't know
Okay.
if I'd give it an S. I personally think that the other albums are better, but we'll get to that when we get to that. What do you think, Jake? I think it's high A. Nick thinks
I'd
it's
say an
high A.
A.
Okay,
think
let's
it's higher?
keep it A.
Let's
We
do it.
can't do everything as an A.
I know we can't, but you picked a lot of good albums. What is this
Yeah, I
album?
know. This is Die For My Bitch by Baby Keem. Did either
No,
of y'all
I
listen to this
Never
one?
listened to it. No.
Shit, love this album.
Just do
Okay,
you want to just
I gotta
quickly throw it
listen.
somewhere? Where are we putting it?
I would put it at B.
B. Cool. Next.
Okay.
What is this?
Hey, Jake, I want you to introduce this
19?
one.
75.
Because I always forget the name because it's long as hell. I don't want to mess it up. What is it?
Wait.
You'll find it.
No, wait. Let me do it real quick. Dang, I'm such a bad representation now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, wait. This is I like it when you sleep. Wait, no. Wait, I'll just read it off of here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like it when you sleep, for you are so beautiful yet so unaware. So, really long name to the album, but
Yeah.
it's like I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like a vibe and a trip. It's so fun. It's such a good listen.
It is. I can't put everything in A, but I mean,
It's an A for at least for this genre of music. A,
genre.
it's a high A. I mean, the consistency on it
Like-
is really well, and the diversity of the album. There's so many different kind of like aspects to it as well.
well,
Yeah.
yeah. So like, here's the deal. I don't listen to this genre of music. I've listened to this album like 5 times. I mean, it's good. It's good.
You guys learned about this from KSI, if I'm not wrong, correct? Or no?
Wait, what?
No, Jake knew about these people for forever.
I heard of them from my sister Jessie. She always liked them, and then so I started listening to them.
I swear when KSI like shouted them out or something, that's when you
Oh, wait,
kind
he
of
did
started
shout them
talking.
out or
I swear
something.
that's when you started talking about. Maybe you knew of them before, but like got into them more.
Yeah, he did shout him out at some point.
Well, it's when he wanted to not shave his head, so
Right.
he got their album to #1.
Yep. That's
Oh.
right.
Hmm.
I remember that.
I thought I remember like I hadn't heard of you talking about them until then. So did that
Well-
kind of like influence you to listen to them more?
Not really, because that album, right when that album dropped was when I just got super heavy into it, because that's when I was like, my sister always listened to it. I was like, okay, I'll finally give it that chance here. And then I was like, oh my gosh, like KSI is talking about it, and I would always kind of listen to it, but when that album came out, that's when I got really into it, and I just never really brought it up because I just never thought you guys would like the music there. But
Yeah.
banger.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't listen to this genre. I enjoy it. So,
Cool.
it
Yeah.
speaks for itself. So, this next one, I kind of added to spite Jake a bit. This is Illmatic by Nas.
Haven't listened to it.
I haven't
S
listened to
tier.
it.
Fucking S tier. One of my favorite, one of the best rap albums of all time. I don't care. I don't care what y'all say. Nas is top 5. Top
Nick, stop
5.
ruining the audio.
No,
Okay, I don't
it's actually
care.
good. If it doesn't really, it's fine actually.
Top
Okay, cool.
5, okay, of all time. This album, he made this when he was 17, and it's still one of the best. Freaking, oh my gosh, I can't. New York State of Mind is still one of the most like streamed rap songs today. Like,
Facts.
just is. It's goated. It's goated. It's goated.
So good.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, S tier it is.
So good.
Yeah.
Next up, we
So
got.
good.
Okay. Have you listened to this one, right, Jake? At Long
Yep.
Last ASAP.
Yep.
Um.
No, I, like, mm.
So out of Rocky's discography or whatever, this is my favorite. But it's I mean, he's pretty consistent. So
So
I would put it at a B. I don't know about you, Jake.
yeah, I'd say like around that range of it. Certain people have ruined certain songs off of this album, so I kind of slightly put away from it from certain things and certain images that come to my head when I think of it. But there's a couple bangers on there for sure. Nick, stop. Stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say B. I'd say it's a good B. Good B. High B.
Yeah, I agree. I think at Long Last ASAP is a B.
Facts. Let's do a B. Boom.
I'm sorry, Shane, if you watch this. I know we just put ASAP below Kodak.
Oh man, I don't agree with that, but I'm not a big fan of
Yeah,
Kodak.
but we're not
Yeah.
talking about them as rappers. We're talking about the enjoyment of the albums, right?
Yeah, that's
you know.
true.
No. This one. So this is Aloe
is-
Black. I just completely forgot the name. Oh, All Love Everything. You guys didn't listen to it. I love
No.
Aloe Black. He's my favorite like non-rapper.
Okay.
He's a C. This is a C though.
Okay.
Just flipped it in there.
I put
like
I put this to make it like where it would be like, I guess
filling it out.
valid where it would fill out. Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
why I added it. Now this one we all listen to. I know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is
I've listened
Love
to
Is
it
Rage 2
at least once.
by Lil Uzi.
Facts. Lil Uzi.
Uzi.
I mean, I think it's an S to be honest.
Wow.
I
don't
mean-
agree with that.
I don't know. I just like. I think it's at least an A.
Honestly?
I think it
Wait,
might be
let me
low
think.
A.
Oh, I think it's an A, but no, let me think about this. Because when I was going through this earlier, I was like, is this my favorite Little Uzi album? Because here's the thing. I've always said, oh no, it's Lil Uzi Vert versus the world, but then I think I listened to this one more. I do. I think I do.
Do you have
And
a channel a take on that?
No, I probably just forgot it.
Okay.
Eternal
you
Take
did
is
this
definitely
really
by-
well for
You have
like
a couple.
last minute.
You have a couple double ones in here.
Yeah,
You got
I have
Joyner,
I have-
and then you got
Yeah, I have the Dreamers and Joyner twice. That's it.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's yeah, honestly, I wasn't overly impressed with the Eternal Take, so that's why I didn't really put it in here.
Facts.
I try not to crowd it with the same rappers. That's really what I did. Because like I only put like 3 Kanye albums on here. Because I
Okay.
didn't want to overcrowd it. But honestly, I would put it in S, a low S or high A. I actually might. Thinking about it now. This is definitely an impulse decision though.
Low
but-
S or high A? This?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I say let's put it
Let's do
in
it.
front of A for right now. Yeah.
Facts. Next, we got Trippy Red.
Love Letter to
Ooh.
You 3.
Yeah, Love It You 3.
This is I
think
like
it's
this
a B.
Trippy album. I agree. I was gonna say
I don't
it's
know
a
if
B.
I've listened to this all the way through or not.
Oh, I think you probably have. I think you
Yeah.
have probably. We all
Okay.
maybe not. Maybe we. This might have been in like the period where we didn't all talk as much. More like me and Nick talked all the time. This might have been in that period.
Yeah.
There's a couple periods in our
Oh,
lives
yeah. Okay,
where
wait.
there's like different kind of
recent-
areas.
yeah, no. I've listened to a lot of these songs. Okay.
Yeah, they're all good. I think it fits well at B. What is this?
Yeah.
Is this Logic?
Oh my God.
Just J. Cole?
Oh
What
my-
is this?
This is Kid Cudi and Man on the Moon 3.
Gotcha.
This is what
Not
Erase
three?
Me and Mr. Rager is on.
So I'm saying a high C.
Oh God. Number one, the Man on the Moon series is one of the greatest trilogies in album history.
Yes.
I don't care. Now Cudi is not the most consistent rapper, but these three are consistent as hell. I mean,
so good.
Where's it going, boys?
I'm putting it A. I
A?
can't quite put it S. I can't quite
That's
put
a
it
high
S.
A for
Understood.
me. Easy A.
Yeah.
Easy all day.
Easy A.
Understood,
okay.
baby. Next
Okay.
up, let me.
It's 17 by. Oh, okay. ahead.
This album won an award. Okay, this album won like best R&B album. Remember, it was like the best R&B album of the year because it was like after
yeah.
he died,
Oh,
and
yeah.
and everyone was like, this is not an R&B, but this album is a masterpiece.
dog.
Best X album by far, not even close. The other X albums are kind of all over the place. All right, this album makes me so emotional, guys. To put this in perspective, how much I love this album. One of the interludes is my favorite song on the album. That's how good the entire album is. All the songs are fire, but one of the interludes is so like sonically pleasing. It's literally just like a beat with him talking occasionally, and I love it so much. I'm extremely biased, but this album is
ahead.
S for me.
Go ahead.
It has to be S for me.
What do
I
you
can't.
think?
I can't not put it S. Jacob,
What do you think?
close your mouth right now.
You know how I feel about Eggs.
I don't know how you feel
No,
about
what?
X.
I thought you
I
like
mean,
X.
He's just like okay, and for me.
Look at me! Look at me! Look at
I
me!
mean, like-
Look at me!
Okay, look, he's got such a wide variety of music that there's a lot of things that I like from him, but there's just a lot of stuff I don't like from him as well, and that's
But-
just
One of Jacob's favorite anime is Sword Art Online.
Yes,
it's not.
and this album though is probably the most consistent all the way through, where it's
It is,
more
yeah.
of the slow melodic tones.
Yeah, this one is definitely the other albums are like all over the place. This one's definitely more
Because-
consistent.
Yeah, because Question Mark has like
Wow.
going down and the money song, so it's like
Get money, yeah.
Yeah,
With fucking
Alright.
Maddox. What is this? Is this Savage
this
Mode?
this is Collection 1 by St. John.
Okay.
This
I
is
don't-
what Roses is on. I know I told y'all to listen to this, but y'all guys
didn't.
don't listen to my. Yeah, okay.
I do kind of.
I'll put this in the
I
C.
try.
See?
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. This is Illmind. Oh my gosh, that's a song name. Oh gosh, my mind just blinked.
What is this? Dax?
Hobson. This is Hobson. I kind of also put this in here just to fill it out. No Shame is what it's called. I can't quite give it a D,
Okay.
but I give it a C.
Boom. I already did it for you.
Hey, yeah, there you go. Ill Mine 9 is good at song. Okay, Jake. No, Karen! No. By the way, I don't have E on my side. I don't know what happened where you have it, but I don't have it.
You'll have E?
I don't have E, so we're just gonna go down to D.
Okay.
Number 1. This is S tier. I almost made.
Boom.
Okay, I almost made another whole tier for this called Greatest Rap Album of All Time. Okay?
Good lord.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is hands down the greatest rap album of all time.
So
Just-
good.
It is.
Get
Run
it up
away
there,
from
baby.
me, baby.
Get
and
it up
put that
there.
in S tier. Run away from me, baby. Oh my gosh. All
Boom.
right.
I would agree. This is like the only Kanye album that I've like fully listened to, and it's pretty fire. Pretty fire.
It's another Kanye
Hey,
masterpiece. What
you
can
would
say?
like Yeezus though. I'm not gonna lie,
I
Cameron.
don't like
I feel
Kanye's
like you
music that
would.
much.
No, Yeezus is like
would
his
like
most
Yeezus.
different album. Cameron, it's Black Air Force energy all the way through and through.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Maybe I'll take a
you-
listen. Probably not. I mostly just listen to
you've-
punk rock.
You've heard No Slaves, right?
I disagree with that statement.
I mean, New Slaves, not No Slaves. I just
Oh,
said
okay.
wrong, but yeah. Okay. After Hours by the Weekend.
You guys not catch that? Okay.
Yeah, we
What?
did.
Okay,
It
okay,
wasn't
gotcha.
funny.
No, I don't think
Af-
Jake caught it.
Yeah. After Hours by the Weekend. This is debate for me.
Why did it
I
win
think
album of the year?
it's low A, top of B. That's my opinion. I didn't like the album that much.
I'm thinking like a low A or
I'm
B. B.
I was gonna think a low A. I was thinking a low A.
Low
I don't
A
think it's
sounds-
quite B. It had too many bops for
Is
B.
it? But is it an A? Is it?
I think it's an A. I think it's an A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, Cameron already put Taboo in its correct position.
I guessed it.
Yeah. Yo, have y'all both listened to this?
I think I
Go
have. I'm not sure.
Yeah, go ahead and say your opinions first
Um,
before I nut.
Taboo. Does it have the fire one on it? Like the main one? Which one is this? Which album is this?
This is Denzel's, the one that has Perks, it has Sumo, it has Taboo,
Oh.
it has Black Balloons, it has
I definitely listened to this one. Those
There's
all,
such a
all the ones you just
diversity in
said.
this album for sure.
Yeah, all the ones you just said are
Oh.
fire. This is the one that was kind of like in acts, right? Like Act 1, Act 2, Act
yes,
3.
yes,
I liked
yes.
it. I haven't listened to it in quite some time. I don't really listen to rap anymore, as I said, but
yeah.
pretty fire to me. I liked it. Yeah.
Zero skips. Can't quite give it the GOAT status, but I would put it, honestly, I would put number 1 out of A. That's what I would do. That's my opinion, though.
Really? Okay. Okay.
I love this album.
It's good.
What is
This
this?
is one I've been telling y'all to listen to. That's
What is
why I
it?
added this. This
Okay,
is
what-
Is He Real by IDK.
Okay.
Have I-
Where would you put it?
Oh, no, I haven't.
I would put it
B?
high A.
High
I'd put
A?
high A. This album
High
was
A.
so good. I didn't listen to this until this year, right? It came out in 2019. Dude, I love this album. I have listened, I tracked it 30 times this year.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Dude,
Dude,
he is
This
consistently through.
Nick, do you listen
what
to
kind
other
of stuff
genres?
on here? What are some of these?
Not
songs?
really.
Okay.
Oh, it's got that song on it and that one. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
is, him and Cudi and Kanye are my top 3 artists of this year for sure. Purely from this album, because his newest album was okay.
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 So,
Yeah.
for this single album, you have to listen to it in order too. You can't just shuffle it.
Huh.
Because each song has like a transition on it. And there's some of them have like narrations in between. And just to understand the whole album, you have to.
Nick, do a backflip.
What the hell?
Oh my god! Good job,
So
dude.
fast you couldn't
Good
see it.
lord. That
yeah.
was fire. Speaking of fire,
So next is DiCaprio 2.
what?
We'll get to it.
Next
Put it back.
is
Put it back.
what? What do you mean?
That wasn't next. You put it. You moved it before and put it there.
Oh, did I? Well, where
Okay,
was
yeah,
it? I don't know.
It was,
What is
okay,
this?
no, we're just gonna go with it now.
Okay.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Witches Never
What?
Die. I enjoyed it. I didn't think, like I said, I thought Goodbye Good Riddance is his best. Probably E tier. Okay.
You mean gay tier?
Yeah.
I think Goodbye and Good Riddance was done well for a posthumous album.
What?
What do you mean?
You mean Legends Never Die? That's what you mean. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean the one that I
Yeah,
have
yeah,
in my hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
yeah,
I think this
okay.
one was done one of the best out of like the albums from people who are dead. They formatted it well. All the songs I feel like kind of fit together. Some of them were disappointing because they removed verses and stuff like that. But overall, I really like this album. I had probably heard 75% of it because of leaks. Juice WRLD is known for his leaks. Like everything he made just got leaked. It's one because of his like cult following, including me. Also because like in the beginning of his career, he didn't have good security. But yeah, I would put it in. I think it's an A for me, maybe B.
I would put it in B.
This
What about you, Jake?
album came out while I was in Louisiana with Cameron, and Cameron played this non-stop.
I did be
Like,
playing it a lot.
Played
I did
that
be playing
one
it.
a good amount.
Yeah, man. Fire.
Eh. Yeah, B, C. I like for me low B in terms of Juice World albums, but I don't know. There's a couple bangers on there.
So,
I guess it's a B. Yeah.
I just agreed. So, Nick, do you want to just kind of pick through these and pick the
Yeah.
best ones? Because there's a
I-
lot here, and we've,
Yeah, I
you know.
agree.
So I think just pick
added
the
a
best
bunch.
ones just that you see here that you want to talk about.
All right, so let's go straight to Astro World.
Okay, Astro World.
We got So
Are we skipping DiCaprio too?
I mean, do you want to talk about DiCaprio too?
I just
I
haven't
don't have a
listened
lot
to it. I
say
guess.
about it, but I have listened to it all.
Yeah, no, we're just gonna start cherry picking
Okay.
at
Okay.
this point. Yeah, so we're gonna go straight to Astro World. Um,
Hmm.
this was a good album. Travis, number one, deserved the Grammy.
I would
Number
agree.
Number
yeah.
two, just completely. It's almost like his sound evolved, right?
Yeah,
like
it
his
got
sound
so
finished.
involved.
Well, no, it evolved.
Yeah, I know,
right?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it just finished. It completely. It finished. It's perfect. I give it A. Give so many A's, but
Yeah, I would even maybe make an argument for S, possibly.
there's an argument. There's an
Yeah,
argument
There's
for
an
sure.
argument for sure. So
We're gonna go to Pony next, which is the white guy. White,
guy?
yeah.
Rex
third.
Orange County.
Yes.
I haven't never listened to them, but these motherfuckers talked about it nonstop for a while.
I'm gonna give this one a B because the more I listen to it, the more I don't think it's as good.
Jake, what were
but-
you thinking?
Yeah.
I disagree with you in every way, shape, and form.
So where are you putting it?
I put it as like a high A for its kind of music. It's kind of like an awkward placement with all these other albums on here. But in terms of like albums I've listened to, that's an easy A for me.
Yeah, so
there's also a couple songs on there that I've kind of like attached myself with a little bit. But so like it's got like a sentimental value to me.
understandable, brother. I would have to put this album. It's either gonna be high B or high S. Nothing in between. I'm gonna put it in high C for now. Yeah.
Okay,
Where are we going? Where are we going next here?
Donda.
This
Donda.
the black one.
Donda. Yeah, I just looked up a black square.
Okay.
So, hey, I love Ye,
Yay.
but I'll give this a B. Honestly, I don't think it's an A. It's just maybe it's because I'm comparing it to his other music, but good golly, it's so long.
It is pretty long.
That's
How is that a
the problem.
complaint?
Because
Because
just is.
listening to it, it takes away all re-listenability to it, right? Because you can't just listen to it in one sitting. And he has a song in there that's 11 minutes long.
Damn.
And it's
I mean,
slow. It's a slower
you're a little
album.
different in terms of like you sometimes like to listen to things like all at once.
I do, yeah. But it's like
I mean, that's kind of how he formatted the album, I feel like, right? He kind of formatted it in a way where it should be listened to in order, or
Well,
no?
there's like like at least like the first good bit of songs kind of go to a certain agenda, and the second part kind of does, but it's all kind of together.
yeah, but it's also just it's kind of a slower album, which isn't a negative, but I just don't think it doesn't you can't play it in every situation. I guess I'm
If
saying.
it's a B, it's a high B in my opinion.
Oh, I agree. It's a high B. I think it's a high B. It's not a low B.
Okay,
but
I would
I
also agree that it's a B. So I know Jake probably thinks it's maybe a low to high A, but
Low A to just
Okay.
in terms of Kanye albums.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, I
okay,
just-
Jake. I'm about to let you nut real quick. 808s and Heartbreaks. The one with the heart, Cameron.
damn, bro, you just put every Kanye album in this list.
Oh, wait.
Only put
Hey, yo,
3 in
hold
here.
on.
Only
I
put
know.
3 in
Yeah,
here.
but 3 albums for one artist is a lot. I know you did the same with like Juice, but
Yeah, I was gonna say I did the same. Juice and Cuddy all had 3 in here.
ooh, Jake's got the hat.
And then never taking the hat off.
Nope.
808s and Heartbreaks. I never had a huge heartbreak, but that album is a banger.
Are we putting 2
Literally,
Kanye albums
the
in
influence
S?
that album has had on so many other artists like Uzi, dude, that's set up for so many great people.
Guys, give us a
Yeah.
thumbnail. Give us a thumbnail.
Wait.
Boom, thumbnail.
I was thinking we need to get one at some point.
Yeah.
Dang, so it's S tier, easy S tier.
Easy
Just
S tier.
'cause- yeah. Just,
Dang, dude, 2 of the same artist on S tier. That's crazy.
He's
It's-
just a goat.
I mean,
Hey,
it's hard to not to deny
what's
it.
next? What's next?
It's gotta
Man
be-
on the Moon 3.
Yeah, yeah, it has to be.
Man on the Moon 3.
Uh,
I give it also an A.
A.
High A,
What about
yeah.
you? Yeah, what about you? Like, put it right next to. Put it right next
Yeah,
to.
right.
Like I said, just so consistent. Yeah, he's just so consistent. And let's go ahead and put Man on the Moon 1 with them. I think that's an A also.
Yeah.
I don't think it's quite an S. Put them in order from how they came out, please, just to make me.
Wait,
yeah.
what? This one?
Well, just to
wait.
make it look cool. So
Wait,
it's
where?
the one. It's the
Moon?
moon. It's the moon. The man
then-
sitting in the bench, and then the
The
Where's the
face.
bench?
colorful one. The bench is
Right next to
beside Astro
Astro.
World.
Okay.
Yeah, in between.
Move
No,
on
in
over.
between.
Okay, there
Yeah,
we go.
there we go. Now
Okay.
look at that's aesthetic right there. It's hot. So yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
I
do you
mean,
think?
what can I say about my favorite artist of all time? I mean,
Juice WRLD is the best.
oh, shut up. It's just I can't even speak because I love Cuddy so much.
Dude.
If Cuddy was right here, I would just start sucking him off. Like,
He's the
I don't even-
Picasso of music, bro.
The Picasso. You're right. He saved my life.
More like the Piccadilly of music.
More like
I'm gonna-
September 15th, bro.
Piccadilly, Modern Warfare,
Here
bad
I
map.
am, oh. Okay. Cameron, you take this one.
Death Race for Love is Juice WRLD's best album, in my opinion, and I feel like that's the popular opinion. It's like, it's very diverse for a rap album.
There's a lot on there that has a lot of good songs.
Yeah,
There's
and
a
it's,
lot of
I
good
feel like
songs.
most of it is re-listenable. Like, you got such variety. You got
Mm-hmm.
Bee's Knees, which is probably my least favorite song on the album, just because I like his melodic stuff more than his actual, like, rap. And then you got stuff like Maze, Empty, Robbery, all just bangers. Straight bangers.
Robbery and Maze were not on that album.
Yes, they were. Maze and
Robbery?
Robbery? Yeah.
I know for a fact Robbery wasn't.
What do you mean? Where was Robbery?
What?
Pretty sure
It was a single.
it got put on the album, though. It's on the album. You can
Robbery
check,
and
but
No, it's
That's
not.
in
It's
the
on the newest
maze.
album.
it's on the newest album?
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at it?
Yes. It's
What?
not on Death Race.
What?
Yeah, no, it came out
What?
long
What
after.
isn't on Death Race?
Robbery.
I'm looking at it.
I mean, I'm looking at it right now. I don't see Robbery.
8 on the.
I was.
Death
I mean,
Race for Love.
I can tell you right now. It's
No.
right there. It's literally on Spotify. It's right
Let's look
there.
at my Spotify then. Is there a deluxe version?
Oh wait, I mean that's dumb.
Oh, that doesn't work. It's
That's-
nope. Mine just says
What's it above and below?
it's above Flaws and Sins and below Big.
No, it's not there for me. I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
You're looking
I
at the
haven't-
album.
Yes, I'm looking at the album.
How many songs are on the
And
album?
he's not- oh,
Go to
sorry,
the bottom.
Maze isn't on there either.
Go to the bottom. How many songs are on the album?
Maze is on there. I was wrong. Oh, 21.
There's 22 on mine.
What
What's
is that?
what's wrong with your Spotify?
I don't know. Okay. That was an L.
Do you have like the clean version of the album pulled up?
No.
Wait.
They all had the E's.
Wait, why is there 2 versions of the album on my thing?
One's probably the clean one.
Yeah.
No, they both just say. The hell?
Is Robbery on that one?
It doesn't
Yeah,
say
no,
clean
they
in
both
the
have Robbery.
title.
Yeah, cool, whatever.
Okay. No. I
For
don't
me, easy. I want to put an S tier. Like, I know you disagree in it because you like Goodbye and Good Riddance, but like, what are we thinking? I know I'm super biased.
I
think it's A.
I is A, yeah, a lower A, and just for me.
Lower A.
know. Lower A.
Lower A.
Hey, Cameron, it's a lower A.
Yeah, it's a lower A.
Close and personal.
Lower A? Lower A?
Yo, Cameron, what did
What
you
did you do? Fix it. Okay.
Fuck! You guys are dumb.
You're dumb.
Shut up.
Do the little people next.
Ugh.
No.
It doesn't go in A. Fuck you.
That's the second one. That's B. It's
What?
clearly B.
You're
What do you think,
wrong.
Jake? What do you think, Jake?
Jake probably hasn't even listened to it.
We can't debate this then.
I
I
don't
think it's B. I think it's B.
I've listened to it more times than you, so it's A.
No, it's B.
It's A.
That shit's B.
It's A.
The first one's A. The second one's
We
The
B.
gotta
first
stop.
one is.
Hey, we
They're
gotta,
both
we gotta
A.
just start throwing some more stuff in B, bro.
They're both A. Then fine.
No,
No, no.
Whatever, dude. It goes in B. Whatever. God damn it.
Okay, next to Baby on Baby.
Baby, where's that at? Right here?
Yeah,
right.
S tier.
I think it goes in
C.
C. It goes in C. Easy C. No
Nah.
debate.
The baby's S tier.
This one. This one goes in A for me.
A. Oh, actually,
Low A.
no facts. A. Because
I think it's better than Blinding Lights.
It is better than Blinding.
Okay, In the Night is my favorite Weekend song, and it's on there.
My favorite Weekend song is Prisoner. I like
That's
that
a
song.
good one.
All right, MGK. This one.
Which one is that?
That was the
This is the
Hollywood.
rap. This is the rap / rock one.
I don't think I listened to that one all the way through.
You probably did.
Hotel Diablo.
Yeah, I would put
Yeah.
it. I would put it like low B. Maybe
Yeah, I
maybe
agree.
C. You know what? I'll
I
say
like that one
C.
song.
Right?
Yeah.
I think C is fine.
I like that one song off.
Now
off of just-
this one I think is at least B. Maybe bottom
a
of
B.
A. I think it might be
That's
bottom
a
of A.
higher B?
I was gonna give it an A.
I think it's right at the bottom of A.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I think so. I think it's better than this one. What's this one again? I don't know. Oh, there's the black. Oh, that's
Hotel-
wait.
Hotel Diablo.
Is that
It's Donda.
wait? This is Donda.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Was this supposed to be in B?
Yes.
Oh.
Hold
Well,
on.
they're two different genres. It's hard to compare. This is a simple album. This album is simple though. It's meant to be
Yeah.
simple. It's a punk rock album. This is a rap
I-
album.
I'm not.
So listen, here's the thing. Let me
I
break
agree,
it
I
down.
agree.
Let me break it
But
down.
here's-
You have the rock out. You have the rock albums on the. Wait. You have the rock albums on the list, and you have the rap albums. It's hard to compare two completely different
Yeah.
genres. I think for a punk rock, it's an A. Is it better than Donda?
No.
It's hard to compare, but probably not in terms of quality.
Yeah,
but
so
like,
here's my thing. Here's my
it's-
thing. Donda was inconsistent, right? Donda had high highs and low lows, right?
yeah,
That's how I'm saying it.
What,
As
is
an
this-
album, now, if you did independent songs from Donda, they're better than MGK's career. Off the Grid is better than anything MGK made. Hurricane is better than anything MGK made. And Jano and Jonah are the same way. But guess what? He had other songs that weren't as good on the album, right? So
can I show my nipples on YouTube? No, I can't.
I'm sure you're.
I don't
man.
think so.
No.
What is this? This is a baby album, right?
Yeah, that's Kirk.
Wait,
This is C. Kirk is
That's a
C.
C.
Kirk was actually it was D. We all thought this was ass the day it dropped. This is a D.
No, Cameron, you were saying it was better
No.
than Baby on Baby. You were saying it was
On-
better than Baby on Baby. You said it
on-
was his best album.
Did I?
On
Yes.
God, you can't tell the difference of any song on this album.
You can't. See,
That
I,
one-
no, I do
that one
remember
had
now.
an intro on it,
I
though.
do
That
remember
one had-
that I liked it.
That one
I
had an intro on it.
specifically remember listening to this album while mowing my front yard, like because it was Saturday. It just came out, and I
Yeah.
was listening to it for like 20 minutes. I swear, I looked down at my phone and didn't realize that I had listened to like 8 different songs. I swear.
I was the same way.
Go, baby.
I was the same. I was highly. I think we all anticipated this album too, and it was a
Yeah.
big disappointment.
Well, the first song was goaded though. You can't intro.
Yeah, it was
I'm a
goaded.
grandma
Intro was
mission,
very
yeah.
goaded. Intro was goaded. I
Yeah.
think this fits just because. Come on, I think we should leave it there.
It's a C. Come on. Let's
I
be
think we
honest.
should, no, but I think we should leave it there just because.
I always knew I wasn't gonna be gay. Yeah, we'll leave it.
Yeah, we'll leave it there. Come on. Now, Starboy is a B for me.
I agree. I was gonna say. The
What
same
about
thing.
you, Jake? B.
I think I'll agree with that. Yeah.
It had some good songs though.
Okay, and now, so you think this is an A?
Man, we're really inconsistent.
I
here.
think it's an A.
This is the first. You haven't heard it. You think it's an A? You know what? I haven't listened to it in a while. I haven't listened to Lil Peep in a while. So yeah, that's fine. What about this?
Oh gosh, that's a hard one. I mean, it has to be A.
I think they're both very similar levels.
hmm
I think they're both similar.
Yeah, it has to be an A.
Now this,
Give that a C.
a C.
Below Donda.
I think it's just behind Donda like that. I think it's like at the bottom of B.
There's a couple bangers on there.
I think it's at the bottom of B, just because like people really like the album.
That best verse on the album.
Knife Talk, bro. Oh, baby.
That's 'cause-
Okay.
Yeah.
And now Issa.
It's
B.
this one has gone down in stock for me. I'll
Yeah,
give it a
that's
D.
C or B?
definitely gone down.
Yeah, it's a C. It's a C. It's a C.
It's a C. Cool.
Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
I see.
Once he dropped "I Am Greater Than I Was,"
Wait, why is
that-
Pony in?
that album did so bad.
Wait, did we
Why is
did
Pony
we
in
mean to
C?
put Pony in C? I think we did,
Yeah,
right?
I did. Jake doesn't like that.
I agreed that it was C, right? Didn't I just throw it in
Yeah,
there?
but you never listened to it.
Wait, no, wasn't it A or B, and then I just put it
no,
in
it was
C?
C. No, it was
No, it
C.
was
Yeah, it was.
No, I told you C.
Okay, cool. We'll just leave
Yeah,
it for
'cause
now.
Nick tells him the.
What is this?
Yeah.
This is the.
Love Scars 1. Not Love Scars. The Trippie Red song. Love Letter to You 1.
I re-listened to this album recently, and it held up well in my opinion. So
Love Scars still hits. Yeah.
I think A, very bottom of A.
Yeah, I can agree that. Is
Well,
it
then again, do I think?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
B. I'll give it B. I like Love Letter 3 better personally. What about you?
Okay. I like 1 better after re-listening to them.
Yeah.
But I'm fine with putting it B.
Isn't 1406.9 on that song? The polls? I know it doing polls.
I don't think so.
6'9", I know it doing polls.
I think
Yeah.
that was 2. I think that was 2.
Okay. I like
Maybe.
this one though. Watch the trip.
I also listened to this one recently, and I liked it. Do we think it's better than these, or I think it just goes on the same point?
I think it's the same level.
Yeah, I think all Trippie
Okay.
Red are B. Now join it.
Okay, Testing by
Oh, wait,
ASAP
this one.
Rocky. Testing by ASAP Rocky. Jake, what do you think about it?
It's like a
I give it A. You think it's a B?
high B.
Okay, I agree.
B.
Actually, put it
Well-
behind At Long Last ASAP.
Wait,
Yeah,
where was that? Right here.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's the one by the Trippie Red one.
with the face.
Yeah,
and
the
hand.
face. Yeah,
there we
because
Okay.
it just that's not valid, but yeah, okay. Now let's do Joiner. Let's do Joiner.
Okay, this one I actually listened to. Do I-
ADHD. Yeah.
Now, do I remember any song
I
off
think-
the album? No.
Revenge was good.
Didn't you tell me to listen to this?
I think I did.
Is this the one where he got the white guy to say the N word in the video?
No, that was way before this one. This album was delayed a bunch because he was trying to be like Playboy Cardi or something.
I think it's a B.
I think it's a B too.
Jake,
now
you know-
we
You know
we
I
have
have an
3
opinion.
we got 3 Post Malone videos. All right, no.
I think
Album.
this is A.
Album.
I think this is A.
No way, that
No,
one.
It's not A.
Hollywood
That-
Bleeding?
The resident Post Malone fan says that is not an A.
That's a B.
This is a
Maybe
B.
it's B.
It's a high
Maybe
B.
it's B.
High B.
You think it's a high B? I didn't like it that much.
I think this
I-
one's a C.
I agree.
Jacob liked this one a lot. New
Now,
Bugs and Bentleys.
no, here's a good one though. I think Stony. I listened to Stony again recently. That might be an S, bro.
Jacob has left the vicinity.
He didn't listen to that. I think Stony might be an S.
You think Stoney's an S?
I think Stony might be an S.
You think
It's a S to
Stoney's
high-
an S?
I think Stoney's an S to high A. What do you think, Jake?
Out of respect
Jake,
for
what are
Jake,
we
I'm
talking
at
about?
least gonna put
Yeah,
it in
Tony,
A.
high A, beer bongs and Bentley, lower B, under Hollywood is bleeding.
No.
Lower B. I'm okay with putting it there out of respect for
I
Jake.
love B and B, but obviously, like objectively, I kind of understand.
Jake said Stoney high A, so I think-
Stoney is a
I gave Stony an S. I love Stony, but
looking at the list there. I don't think I could give it an S, even though in terms of
Yeah.
Post Malone albums, definitely the best. I think.
yeah.
I think. Yeah.
all right. Let's do Revenge of the Dreamers now.
This one?
No,
Wait, I'm
whoa,
letting-
whoa. Revenge of the Dreamers. Yeah, that one.
What is, who did this again?
That's Dreamville.
Oh.
Okay.
Greenville, hey Honcho, we came from nothing to something like
Super
a Big Bang
high
Theory.
Mid A.
Super hype when it came out. I was gonna give it a high B.
Low A. Low
to
A.
low
I
A,
mean, do you
yeah.
think it's better than this stuff?
No.
I don't think it's better than The Weeknd.
I
But,
think
like,
it's better than the Weeknd's new album.
You do? Well, I think we'll look
I
at
mean,
this
no,
one then.
I'm sorry. No, it's not better than either of the Weeknd albums.
Wait, not this one?
No.
Oh, okay.
In my
No,
opinion.
I don't think it is.
Because
Uh,
it had a couple good songs.
Couple really good songs.
Understandable.
But then the rest of them were just kind of lackluster.
So this is Death of a Bachelor, right?
yeah, it is. By Panic at the Disco. That's what Wild.
I think it deserves
Hey.
an S.
You think it deserves
For,
an S?
for the top of its genre, like we don't have any rock albums in here. I think it deserves to be
It's
an
genre.
S.
It's genre. It's an S. I agree.
For
Actually,
emo, for like emo rock or like
I'm
punk.
down with that. I love that album. That's
Have you listened to it, Jake?
Yeah, I have. I just like once. I mean, I've never been a
Don't Sweat
huge
Moving
Panic at the
this
Disco
time.
fan. I like a few songs off of it. It's definitely like like just based off of like what I listen to for Panic at the Disco would be like a low A, but that's just because I'm not a huge fan.
Okay, so that's the end. Let's think about adjustments real quick. Just quick adjustments that we can think of. Let's just discard the order, but just like roughly the order is correct on the things, right? Because it takes too long to put them all in order of like how we think, you know.
Yeah.
Thinking back
Starboy
on
should
it,
be higher on B.
what should be?
What do you think? Starboy should be higher on B, and I think Hollywood Bleeding should definitely be higher.
Starboy? Where's it at? Oh,
Starboy should be higher. I don't know. I didn't like Hollywood's Bleeding, so I mean I'm
yeah,
biased.
Nick's a little biased. I liked Hollywood's Bleeding.
I thought Beer Bongs was
I think
better.
Hollywood's Bleeding is easily a top B.
Where's it at?
It's to the right of the Trippy album.
He's
Or to
talking
the
about
left.
Hollywood's Bleeding, so he's in between the two Trippy albums.
Oh, right here. You think it should be like higher on B?
I think it's higher on B.
I don't think it is, but
I think it's
I
A,
don't know
so
if
I think
it's
higher
A.
on B is fair.
you think it's an A? Wow.
I like it, but I think it's his best album in my opinion.
Interesting.
That's
Wow.
Go
Mostly-
listen to Stoney again. Go
That's
listen to
mostly
Stoney
because
again.
of the one song that I listened to
The one with Ozzy
uh,
Osbourne.
yeah, that's like the one song I listened to. That song was fire.
That and the Halsey one
Now,
was good.
I
Halsey.
think there's one other thing that needs to be corrected.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, no diff. That's
So
it.
diff.
I think this is how we. And do we have any? What are we thinking about corrections here?
I love how he put the gay category at the bottom.
And I
Yeah.
mean, Young Thug's in it. It's gotta be.
That's definitely a C. Oh, put Playboy Cardi Die Lit in there too. It's on the bottom.
Yeah, gay. This chick's kind of gay.
Rico Nasty.
Oh, whoa.
Only put all
yeah,
this.
Jordan.
Only put all this stuff. Well, this one's.
Oh,
like
actually, no. Let's
crappy.
do DiCaprio too, since it's like one of the last ones, right?
Where is it? This one.
Yeah.
DiCaprio 2 for me is a B.
Okay.
It's a good
Dude,
album.
Shane's gonna watch this and like throw up.
Yeah, I want Shane to watch this. Maybe he can talk about it on our podcast.
Let's put it out there that this is like a group consensus, so a lot of us don't.
And we've
agree
also
with,
been
like,
recording for like 3 hours long.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's an hour and 30 minutes to do that tier list.
Not this one, but like to go
All of them
over the
together?
first
Yeah.
one.
Oh, both of them. That's
So,
right.
Jake,
was
I think
like,
what we're gonna do here is we're gonna edit. I think we need a lot of edits to just make it so like, yeah, I think you're gonna have to do some heavy editing to make this a little shorter.
all right, guys. So this is my tier list that I came up with. Obviously, kind of lackluster compared to the other two, but I thought this was a cool little Halloween vibe. We're a few days. Oh, when's Halloween? So we're like 5 days out from Halloween. So we're kind of in that season. So we're gonna talk about a little bit of candy here, and we're gonna start it off with the Reese's Pieces. So not the regular cups, the Reese's. These are pretty good. What are you guys thinking? These are definitely up there.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking the top of B, in my opinion.
Top of B.
I'm gonna get behind that just from popularity. I'm just not a big chocolate and peanut butter person.
Okay,
together,
I
so-
really like chocolate and peanut butter. I don't like plain chocolate that much. So chocolate and peanut butter, I love that for A, but I'd be fine with a B.
Maybe we can later on put it like bottom A or mid A. We'll just
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay.
Snickers.
All right, Snickers. Those
Again,
are good, but not
peanut butter
amazing.
and chocolate,
Is there peanut
Eh.
butter in Snickers?
isn't there?
There's nuts.
No, it's caramel. It's caramel and
Well,
peanuts
caramel-
and
yeah,
chocolate.
similar
I'd
thing.
say B.
I'm not a big
That's
fan.
lower
I've
than
always
Reese's.
tried to avoid Snickers, even if I had to eat.
When I was
candy.
younger, I learned to enjoy eating nuts. So originally
Whoa.
I just didn't like nuts at all.
Pause.
But we'll put Snickers in B. I think they're okay, but not as a Halloween candy.
Sour gummy worms are S tier for me all day.
Hey, I'm not gonna complain.
Okay.
Sour
Come
gummy
on.
worms are
I
good,
would
and-
think-
Take it, Cameron.
For me, it's a low A. But I'm okay
Low
with
A.
S. I'm okay with S.
I love gummy candies. I'm not a huge like chocolate guy. I really like gummy stuff.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Tootsie Rolls. So
Nah.
for me, it's bland, but it's a classic. I think it deserves bottom of A, in my opinion. I think it deserves bottom of A.
That's being a B,
They're
bro. That's
not-
stuck, it's
I'm
stuck
thinking
in your.
a low B, maybe
prayer?
C. Like
Yeah.
just-
They get stuck like right here, and you go like this, and it's just
you're
stupid.
like,
Yeah, nah.
why are you ruining this?
Cameron, get back on task.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So we talking.
out.
You guys want it low B?
Yeah,
I don't want C, but we'll leave it there.
it'll leave a
You
little
would
B.
C?
It's iconic. It's iconic. It's iconic.
And also, I said A, Nick said B, so it's going B, because Jake said C, so it's right in the middle.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
Just because
Kit Kat.
I like this one
Okay,
actually a little
here's the
bit.
deal. I do not like Kit Kats. But I understand that everybody does like them. Like, I don't know what it is, and I've tried them.
These are
I
D.
don't like not liking things.
These
but
Kit
I
Kats are
don't
D.
like Kit Kats at all. I really don't. I think they taste bad.
The white ones are D.
Okay, so want to
Okay.
give the normal ones a or B?
So
I would be
the hard thing
okay
is,
with top of B.
Okay.
What do you think,
'Cause
Jake?
For
Dude,
someone that I
don't
don't
like them at all.
Okay.
I don't know it.
I don't like this kind of food. I enjoy a Kit Kat because I like the
I think
the
it's better than
texture of it.
Reese's Pieces.
Yeah,
I'll
I
just
like
let
the-
you guys head that one up because I
Yeah,
don't like them.
I kind of like the texture of it more than I like the taste of it.
Okay.
And the
It's
texture
like a vanilla
satisfying.
wafer, but with
It's
chocolate.
the wafer with chocolate, yeah.
Starburst,
Starburst,
A.
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 Hey,
What do you think,
Hey,
Jake?
See, again, I'm a simp for that kind of stuff. That's a high A, maybe S for me. I love
Oh, bro,
Starburst.
we gotta. So wait, do we think it's better than Trolley or not?
No.
No.
I don't
Well,
think so.
Oh, dude, once you pop a couple Starbursts in your mouth, that feeling that you
But-
get in your mouth is.
I feel like
really-
after I eat like 4 or 5, though, it's like too. After that, it gets a little bit old. Like I can't binge eat. I feel like I can eat a whole bag of Trolley gummy worms.
Have binged eat jars like this big of Starburst. I
Dude,
mean,
Starbursts
yeah,
are so
but-
good.
but let's get to the next one because this is my favorite candy of all time.
Sour
Sour
Skittles.
Skittles are
I
S tier.
love sour Skittles. S tier. No diff. Best
What do you
Skittles
think,
ever.
Cameron?
Best candy ever. Best sour candy. Best Skittle. No one cares.
They
sour
don't
Skittles,
even.
S
They
tier.
don't even have regular Skittles on here.
What
Whatever.
the heck?
Whatever.
But
We'll
guess what?
we'll
Sour
count
ones
this.
are better.
If we're counting both Skittles, I'm okay with S. If it's only sour, I would go low A.
No way.
Interesting.
I like
Is
sour.
either too sour?
No, I like them. They're good.
You just
And
got a weak little
once
mouth.
you
Can't handle
and once
them?
you suck
Yeah.
the sour off of them, I think that they taste better than regular Skittles. But I don't know. It's hard.
That's so aggressively.
I love sour Skittles.
Hershey's cookies and cream.
White chocolate, D tier.
I like the
Okay.
cookies and cream though.
So again, I'm not a straight up chocolate guy, so it'd be like not super high for me.
Dark chocolate, milk chocolate, white chocolate.
I don't think you put it. I think you at least top a C, bottom a B.
I would agree with that.
I'll do a C.
Okay.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's bottom of B for the record.
Okay.
Sweet tart ropes. I've never had a sweet tart rope
So
before.
these, I'd say a higher B or a B, low, maybe lower B.
They just look unappetizing.
They're
look fine to
all
me.
right. They're not amazing. It's just kind of like a okay.
Is that
But it's-
Butterfinger next?
Butterfinger.
Yeah, Butterfinger.
My dad likes these.
See,
So
I really enjoy these as well.
they're good,
Okay,
but I
Dad.
think they're a little too hard and dry. Like they're like, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
my
it's
God.
just I feel like it depends because like sometimes when I take a bite of one, you bite it and then it just like breaks in your mouth and you can
And it
like
dusts.
it does dust. It's a little bit messy. I will admit it's a messy candy.
I think it's a B for me, but you guys are thinking A.
I think it's a B.
I think it's better than Tootsie Roll and I think it's below Snicker. I think it's right there.
Okay.
I can't tell what's next.
Well, it's Peeps. Those are Peeps.
That's not
Okay, that's
Halloween
not really
candy.
a Halloween
Yeah,
candy.
let's just put that in
D.
D.
Not Halloween.
Yeah, not really.
What is
Halloween.
Andes?
I love Andes, bro. So
They're
it's like
pretty-
mint and chocolate together.
This
give it an
Andes. This Andes.
I give it an A.
A?
Mhm.
B. I'm saying B. What do you? So Cameron doesn't really.
I don't know what they are, so
It's not really Halloween vibes. It's more Christmas vibes.
so maybe
give it
you'd
B.
say B.
Yeah,
Do you think they're better than
Yeah.
Reese's
Yeah.
and Kit Kat?
I
No,
do.
I
No,
don't.
Jake doesn't. I'll put them
They're not
above.
better than Reese's in my opinion, because again, I'm not like a huge just straight kind of chocolate guy.
It's not straight
Okay.
chocolate. Though. It's
Well,
a
yeah, I
mint.
know, but it's got the mint layer, but it's a heavy. It's like a 50-50.
I think we'll put it right there. To be fair,
Okay.
It says
sweet tarts.
Sweet tarts. You ever smoked a sweet tart, bruh?
I think
Smarties. You mean that's the Smarties, bruh?
Smarties.
God, dude.
Same thing, but S tier.
S tier.
They're B.
I love Smarties. B?
I think they're B as well.
No way. No way.
Sweet
It's so
tarts, dude.
satisfying to eat a
It
Smartie.
is satisfying.
No, are these sweet tarts? These are sweet tarts.
They're Smarties.
With Smarties, right? What the fuck is the difference between a sweet tart and a Smartie?
Not much. Smarties are
A
smaller.
Smartie
and you
is
can smoke
better.
'em. Yeah, that's a Smartie.
Wait, no.
If you say sweet tarts is better, Jake, I might have to.
I think that
start
shit
them out
says
area.
sweet tart.
No, Smarties are better than sweet tarts.
Yeah, that's a Smarties.
I swear it says sweet tart.
It's too small.
I can't even tell on my mom. What if I drag my thing over here?
No, but I can see the coloring in the letters. That's a Smartie.
Okay, well, I would still put it
Smarties
in.
A tier.
I would.
Smarties A tier.
I'd be okay with A. Are you okay with A, Jake? I think they're better than Reese's Pieces and Kit Kats.
I don't think they're A, but I'll agree with it.
I think now that I look at it, I think they're better than all this stuff.
Is that candy corn next?
Candy corn is D for
Candy
me.
corn.
So bad.
Candy corn is
I give
automatic
it a
D.
C 'cause
So
I enjoyed it as a
disgusting.
child.
Why does it even exist?
You enjoyed it as a child? You must have been that weird kid that jerked
He
off
was
to
that weird
mountains
kid.
or
I knew
something.
Nick when he was a little one, and you didn't. He was a
I
weird
do like
one.
candy corn.
And I was too.
Okay.
Three Musketeers, baby. That little marshmallowy gooey.
I think Three Musketeers, I personally really enjoy them.
I like them a lot.
I can't justify putting them at A. I think they're better than Tootsie Rolls.
Dude,
I think they're better than Tootsie Rolls. Wait, what?
Bro.
Maybe even better than Butterfingers, right? Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck is that? What?
It doesn't matter what rank there are in the thing.
I think that they're behind Snickers. No, I think they fit right there. What do you think?
Okay.
I think it's an A because I really like them. I really like Three Musketeers, but like I understand.
You know what?
the call.
We'll leave it at B for now, but we'll see. Candy apples. I've never had a candy apple in my life.
Whoa.
Okay, so they're good, but it's like a bad experience eating them, in my opinion.
Really? I enjoy
Just because I had.
Nick likes going.
Okay, I enjoy that crisp candy layer on a nice apple, bro. I honestly, and also that is the Halloween candy. I would give it an S. And
No way.
but it's not really a candy though. That's also the pushback. It's like a treat.
I think
Yeah, it doesn't fit well on the list.
It's A or S. No, I love a candy apple.
Not yet.
I can't give my opinion, Jake. Where would you put it?
Dude, it's a high B. It's a high B, Nick.
So it's an A.
I guess. The only A tier I agree with if we put it in there is the Starburst. Like the other two, I don't think are A's.
Okay. Next up, we got Crunch Bars. I personally really enjoy Crunch Bars.
I'm not a huge
A.
fan. I'm gonna let you guys take that. I don't really like that candy.
I think it's better than Kit Kat. I think it's
I
better
think
than
it's
all
an
this
A.
stuff. I think it's an A, but I think it's the bottom of A, or maybe
Reese's
Candy
Cup.
Apples is.
Oh, yeah.
Reese's is S, and I don't want to hear any debate.
Reese's.
I don't like peanut butter, but I'm just gonna step out of this one.
It's the
High
most
A,
popular
high
candy
A,
of all time.
High A.
I know. I understand.
High A? You don't think it's S? You don't think it's on the level of these two?
I like gummies. I'm not a huge. High A.
Top of A.
Top of A. Easily top of A.
It's S for sure, but I'll accept it. Jolly Ranchers have to be at least A.
S.
A or S. Yeah.
I love
S,
Jolly
S,
Ranchers.
S, S.
It's the
Dude!
perfect.
You can't put Jolly Ranchers in S and not Reese's Cups. You
Yeah,
dumbasses.
you can. You can.
You dumbasses!
Cameron.
Ah!
I'm not a huge chocolate like peanut butter person. Like I like that. I love it. But again, like I'm more of like that gummy or like chewy, like that kind of stuff. I'm not a huge chocolate. Cameron's so angry.
Jolly Ranchers is the top of S.
Almond Joy is a D.
D.
D, yep.
Take this D in your mouth. What the fuck is this? The peanut butter M? These are the peanut M&Ms?
Well,
C.
okay, if it's basic M&Ms, like every
Basic.
M&M, like if we're doing the same thing that we did with Skittles. it's a
Why is
normal
the basic
M&M,
M&Ms not on here?
It's at least an A though.
We'll just
If
call
it-
them regular M&Ms.
If it's all M&Ms and like we did the same thing with the Skittles, it has to be A.
If it's all M&Ms, it's like right here.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Scorpion Lollipop is a D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
mm,
I kind of had one of those. Well, I have one of the grasshopper that Cameron gave me.
yeah. Looking at this D, I think this deserves to be here.
Yeah.
Because I think these are all complete ass, and this is like, that's okay. The Kit Kat?
Yeah.
Wait, is there Three Musketeers twice?
Yeah, that one's a big bar, and that one's a small one.
Okay, let's
Okay.
just ignore that.
The fuck?
Just don't even.
The fuck? There we go.
Next is nerds.
S.
S?
Whoa,
I think it's.
no.
I love nerds.
Here's
Nerds
the
are
problem
my
with
favorite.
nerds. You
I
need
think
so
it's-
many of them at one time.
I think it's
Who
right.
cares?
I think it's
Load
right
'em up.
here.
I was gonna say B, but I'll deal with A.
B. I think no. It can't be B.
It can
No
be B.
way.
I think that Jake says S. I say A. Nick says B. It fits
A.
right there
I
in
won't
A.
let that get anywhere near B.
No, I don't think so.
What
It's
the fuck
it's
is this one?
it's better than all of these. What is this? Chocolate orange?
D.
That was bad.
D.
Let's just go ahead and put it in
What is
D.
this? This is a type
That's
of
a
chocolate, right?
Bar. Again, I don't like straight chocolate, so I'm out of this one.
I don't know. I never had that.
Never had it either, so I think it's probably better than all these though.
It's just chocolate. Just give it C. Yeah.
Yeah.
Twizzlers?
Twizzler?
C.
C?
High C, high C. Maybe low B.
I think it's
Let's
better
not-
than a Tootsie
no.
Roll.
Let's be honest.
Oh, it's way
Twizzlers-
better than a Tootsie Roll. I don't think
Twizzlers?
Tootsie.
I think
Twizzlers are the ones that people
Yes,
always
do it,
avoid,
Cameron,
bro.
yes.
They always
And
avoid
move-
Twizzlers.
you can move-
really?
So-
I think that's like a young person kind of thing though. I feel like once you get older, you start to appreciate Twizzlers. Like once you have a more mature taste bud, just one more mature taste
You know,
bud.
unironically, what Cameron's saying kind of makes sense.
Because I feel like my parents like Twizzlers, and like I remember your older sisters always liking the Twizzlers, like Jake's older sisters.
Mhm.
Warheads are a B.
A.
Okay, here's a good. Once you get rid of the sour, they taste really well, but again, it's a warhead. You can't eat a lot of them. If you eat a lot, your mouth starts bleeding. You
Yeah,
can't
Jake
eat
started
it.
farting at his mouth one time whenever he ate too many Warheads.
I
Oh.
ate like what was it, 14 or so, and I couldn't eat my own birthday cake because my mouth was bleeding. It was raw.
Oh, didn't we do a challenge?
Yeah, we
I won.
see who
so-
could do the most. Jake
Dude,
won.
and, seriously, that messed up my mouth. It was bleeding. Literally, I was spitting out blood of my mouth because I ate so much.
Yeah, dude, Jake's game was not as good the next day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he definitely was not as good with his mouth, but it was
That's-
a little more wet, which added a bit to it.
Yeah, a little bit. No, it was dry. What are you talking about? It was more dry.
No blood coming out of his mouth.
That's true. All right, let's try to adjust this real quick. Let's see if there's any adjustments we can make, obviously.
Candy apple is S tier.
I don't
No.
agree with the sweet tarts, dude. I don't.
They're not sweet tarts. They're Smarties.
It's. I think they are. I think Nick's right. Look, like I have the best view of them. And I think they are Smarties, actually.
Look at that. I have glasses on. Look at the coloring in the thing.
I don't. Now I don't even know which is which. Let me check.
Smarties is way better than sweet tarts.
If I'm thinking about it right, you're correct.
It's clearly A tier. One of the best things about my childhood was Smarties.
I'm. The more I think about it, the more I agree.
Oh,
but
dude, sweet tarts are better.
You're gay. You're
And
off
Smarties?
the podcast.
Yeah.
You're off of everything now. I'll
No,
edit
but he's
myself.
saying-
That's
Wow.
a wrong
You
decision.
mad? I have an opposite opinion.
Yes,
Well,
that is a bad opinion.
no, it's really not. Smarties are really dry and dusty, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not a bingeable candy. I feel like unless you want to hurt your mouth.
And the Smarties have a better consistency. They're a little bit harder, and there's more flavor in them. No debate. There's more flavor in the Smarties.
Yeah,
And the
he's
Smarties
right.
or the sweet tarts?
The sweet tarts.
The sweet tarts. He's right. He's right.
Smarties is way better than sweet
Yeah,
tarts.
but it has more flavor though. Is what we're saying. It has much
It
more
does.
flavor.
And sweet tarts has so much more. And what is
But
Smarties?
every
have?
time you open a sweet tart though, they're always hard because you never. No, I don't think I ever had a good sweet tart because they're
rather
always
have a
hard
sweet
and you had
tart
to,
than rather have a hard sweet tart than a Smartie that's gonna dissolve in my hand and dust everywhere.
you rather go and break your
It's
tooth
not-
over that shit.
You're
Yes,
over
they are. They
exaggerating.
are. They do be like that.
If they're
They do be like-
stale, but normally I don't think
I've only
so.
had stale sweet tarts, bro. I'm guarantee I've only had stale sweet tarts.
You,
I mean,
bro.
they're hard, but they're not as hard as you're like making them out to
Yeah.
be.
I'm gonna try to just go.
I'm
Pop it
okay.
in.
Uh,
Do it.
It's
an A
way
tier.
drier.
Well,
and
it's
not
already
as
in
much
A.
flavor. That's why
It's an A. It's an A.
it's already in there. Yeah.
the flavor is not there.
In all honesty, I think now that I think about it, Musketeers are over over this. I think they're there.
I like Reese's Pieces a lot more than all of that stuff, but that's just me. I mean, because they taste very similar to the cup.
Really, to me, they don't taste anything alike. The pieces in the cup taste very different to me. I don't know. Anything else? Let's see. This looks good to me.
Yeah.
Twizzlers. I don't think Twizzlers is in C. I think it's at least bottom of B.
I
Fair
think
C.
that's fair.
No,
Fair
I don't
C,
think it's.
yeah.
I don't think it's C, dude. If it was black Twizzlers, then
Oh, that's off the list.
that's
a
C.
D.
That's a D.
On the list.
But I think it's at least B. I think it's even like in the middle somewhere. But I guess I'm just a little bit more mature than old Nick Poor. Who knows?
Oh,
Hey, this list needs to be more specific though. Why do we have 2 different types of Kit Kats but only have sour Skittles?
It is a little
I
weird.
don't know.
You didn't make this though, Jake, right?
No, I didn't.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Look who
Ooh.
puts in the work for the cast.
Ooh. Oh well, look at that. Zendaya twice. What the
Let's
fuck?
go.
This show is old. Euphoria.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Are we gonna try to cut
think
right
that's
and
it.
end this here?
I think so. Yeah, guys.
Go ahead.
This I am going to apologize because I don't think this was as good as it could have been. Only because we recorded like 2 hours of something that we can't use before this, so our energy levels are a little low. I'm kind of good a little bit because I drank an energy drink right before we did this, and I'm not going to bed anytime soon. But yeah, we've been recording for probably about 4 hours at this point.
Yeah, probably.
Oh
So
my gosh.
yeah, guys, we apologize,
Uh,
but I think we can at least get some good clips and put them on like TikTok and shit from this, you know?
Yeah, I'll try to get some stuff out here. I gotta work with Cameron more to kind of figure some of this out.
For sure.
Again, we're gonna put this on YouTube. We're not 100% sure how it's gonna be on there. Like the whole vibe of the video, but it'll be on YouTube there. I don't know. This was pretty fun. Our first
It was.
thing planned on YouTube. So hopefully this all turns out pretty good, and I guess we can get if you have feedback, that's always nice. But
For sure.
A comment
Yeah.
section would be nice. For some, maybe.
Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah. So
Awesome. Well, you
Yeah.
guys good if I end it, I guess?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching our Wearing Socks podcast tier list here. I hope you guys enjoyed and have a good week. And I guess we'll see you next Wednesday, boys.
see you later, guys.
Goodbye.
See ya. Bye.
Thanks for watching.
See you guys later.